Welcome to Planning Your Future. I'm Dan Surprenant. This is the only show that gives you the tools that you need to plan your future and get your ducks in a row. So welcome. Thanks for coming over today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
So I'm Dan Surprenant, Surprenant and Beneski. We have with us here today Ray Melanson from Next Monitoring and Linda Bohmbach from HealthSmith. And today's topic is really essentially how to keep your home safe. I have clients all the time that want nothing more than to stay out of a nursing home, which is needed sometimes, but they want to stay home where they're comfortable. And thought we'd have you two on today to talk about how we can do that. So, Ray, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what your organization does.
Okay, so my name again is Raymond Melanson, president of Next Monitoring Alert Systems. And I have a wife, Donna, and 3 children. And I'm also a master electrician, and we provide alert systems throughout the area.
So, are you involved in any groups in the community?
Yes, community plays a big part.
I know you are, because I'm in one of them with you.
Exactly. So the Senior Resource Association is a group that I'm proud to be a part of. We've been there for quite some time, as well as our local Alzheimer's partnership, and SAFE, which is Southeastern Alliance for Elders, helping to keep elders safe and free from abuse. So
you're an electrician by trade, and do much of your work with seniors.
Yes.
Like everyone in the group, I suppose.
Yes, doing a lot of electrical work throughout the area, also with a lot of the facilities in the area as well.
Great, great. Medical alert. How does that work compared to, say, calling 911?
So your typical 911 service, basically you would be pressing a cell phone. So unless that cell phone was GPS capable, you wouldn't be able to get your location from that. So the person would have to announce that location. And then with elders or a panic situation, someone trying to press the actual 911 buttons, in that situation might be difficult. So comparing that to a medical alert system where you would just do a 1-button press, it would automatically have that information programmed and to contact the central station.
So this is the actual medical alert that you would wear?
Yes.
And I can either press it if I need you, or if I just fall, it'll go off too?
Yeah, this particular model, if you were to press it, it would actually go off and send a wireless signal to the base unit, which would then call the central station. There's also a different models that would actually have a fall detection built into them. So the necklace version would be a little bit bigger, but it would allow it that in the event of a fall, it would contact the central station as well.
Okay, wonderful. I love the aspect that seniors don't need to press the button. You probably get a lot of false alarms with that.
Not too many. New technology has changed, makes it a little bit more difficult for false alarms. So we really don't have quite a few at all. With the way the panic buttons are made, they're indented versus external, so it makes it a little harder to press by accident.
Right. So that's great. It make me feel better about mom or dad or grandmom or whoever's at home staying at home by themselves. What medical alert systems are available on the market today?
Well, some of the common ones that you see are the basic unit, which would be a tabletop unit, which will plug into the phone line. So this one here, typical, would become with this with either a wristband or a necklace version that you would press in the event that you needed help. There's also an external help button on there as well. Nice and simple and compact.
Excellent. What are some of the key differences between these units?
A lot of different ones are different styles. Some stand up straight, some are flat on the tabletop. This would be a basic system here, which usually is required for a landline system. Then you would get into the newer technology, which is this particular unit here, has GPS capabilities, and it's an all-in-one unit. So this unit here would actually replace this whole tabletop unit.
So why would I need GPS capabilities in my Next Monitoring?
That's an excellent question.
Okay.
So what's great about that is a lot of the elders today are very active out and about. And any situation could arise, whether it's at home or on the go. So by having this feature, you can not only be able to use this at home, and it would replace this unit, but as you were to walk out the door past the normal range, where this one might be 500 feet, this one would be working throughout all the areas where AT&T network is available, which is pretty much the widely used network. So anywhere you go, you have access to the press of the button.
So if I go to the grocery store, but also if I go to Florida,
Yep,
As
absolutely.
long as AT&T covers it.
Yep, exactly. So we can check that as well, but the ability to be able to do that, press that button, and also get fall detection built in is a great feature to have.
That's really neat. It's not just in the house anymore. That's pretty cool. Other technology you want to bring to our attention?
Well, some of these, like I said, between the basic system and the GPS, there's also systems also for wandering patients and Alzheimer's patients. They have special watches. They also have insoles for the shoes. So the technology is changing, and it's a way for us to kind of bring that to the community, let people make them aware that there's different situations out there, that there is a situation that we could probably help with.
So tell me about the insole for the shoes. How does that work?
Okay. So your typical insole, sort of like a Dr. Scholl's type of unit, actually has a GPS built into that. So most elders, they don't want to have anything on them, such as a cellular phone or a watch. They found that very inconvenient. Basically, we put the insole in there, and there's a website we can go on and we can actually track that. So once they get past a certain perimeter, an alert would come on, send a message to the family members, let them know that that person has left the area.
Fantastic. That's great. That's great. So how do you choose what's the best system for you?
So there's obviously a lot of choices, a lot of companies, a lot of great equipment that's out there. Obviously, we try to do our best to find the right equipment. Basically, an assessment would be the best way to discuss the different areas, answer a few questions about what the family's needs are, and that's really important. It really comes down to what's necessary for them and what their needs are to make sure they get the proper equipment, because it's not one size fits all.
So do you go to the house, or how does that work?
Yeah, they would basically give us a call. There's no obligation. We'd come down, we'd kind of talk about the different equipment, show the different styles, what's available, and also answer some other questions they may have as well.
Great, great. Sounds neat. And you two, I guess, work together quite a bit, Linda, with HealthSmith. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what your company does.
Sure. We are based in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. We provide mobility and accessibility to keep people safe in their homes. So that can range from anything from stair lifts to wheelchair ramps to a lot of grab bar installation, the same type of fall detection that Ray has just spoken about as well. So we would use Ray, and have used Ray before and made recommendations that if that's needed, we now have a referral partner will bring Ray in to do that type of thing. So just anything for bedrooms, bathrooms, hallways, a lot of thresholds. So a lot of the older homes in this area have a small threshold going from room to room because of the hardwood floors per se. So anything, again, that is going to enable them to stay safe.
So like Ray, you'll go to the home and do an assessment.
Correct.
For your team. And is there a cost for that?
There's no cost. It's a free assessment. And we would come in, for example, if someone needed to have a stair lift and they were unsure if the stair lift was going to work in their home, and they yet wanted to still maintain their second floor bedroom and bathroom, but the stairs were an issue due to fall. So we would come in, we would really look at the traffic pattern as to what that client is using, determine which side of the stairway that stair lift is going to be installed on. We look upstairs at the top, making sure that there's room, that there's the turn radius room that they need, looking at the individual, what is their mobility, what are their concerns and their issues that they may be having. There's weight constrictions for a bunch of different types of stair lifts as well. So we ask a lot of those questions when we're coming in. And while we're there, we're also taking a look at the other areas that they may be concerned with. Are there issues getting into a bathroom? Are there issues getting into a tub? What type of situation is that client under at that point in time? What do they need to really be safe if they're using that bathroom?
Do you find often that someone has to come in and widen the doorway for a wheelchair access to a bathroom?
In some cases, it really depends on the situation involved. If it's an older home, which a lot of the home stock is in the New England area, yes, we may have to widen area. But a lot of the bathrooms are very small. So it may be something that they can get to the door, and then from there, based on the size of that bathroom, there's other products that they can use inside that bathroom.
Grab rails.
Grab rails, the grab bars, there's so many different things for showers, there's the safety rails for the toilets. We look at all of that. there's people that may be in a situation where they don't want to go to assisted living or don't want to go to a nursing home just yet. They want to stay in their home. So what does that entail? What needs to happen? So again, we look at all of that. It may be recommendations, bringing up the carpet or the runner in some of the hallways. These are trip hazards. Those are all things that we look at. Is there enough lighting that they need in order to maintain that? If they get up in the middle of the night. Ray brought up a great point with, the Alzheimer's situation and the dementia situations. And there's so many products that are out there that, a client gets up out of bed and yet there's a remote that can sit in a caregiver or, a daughter's room per se, that mom or dad has gotten out of the bed. And it just alerts them, wakes them up at that point. They can kind of say, Mom, let's get back into bed at that point. So we do a lot with the stair lifts. We provide rentals as well. So if someone that is in a short-term situation, they may not want to keep it all the time, but maybe they've had a knee replacement or a hip replacement, and it's again just a short-term situation. We do the same thing for wheelchair ramps. So we use aluminum modular wheelchair ramps. So that way it is open mesh, so the snow and the ice can really melt down in through during some wintertime situations or weather that they're having. Is there a grab bar at the front door? Do they need to grab that?
So you can take the ramp away after a few months,
correct.
And you haven't wrecked the house.
That's correct.
It attaches. Do you screw it in, or how does that?
It's really attached in terms of it's attached to the deck or the porch of that area.
Yeah.
And we look at some of it. May not work for a front yard. So everyone has to remember, for 1 inch of rise, it requires a foot of ramping. So many people think that, I've just got 4 steps. Well, those 4 steps, if you take an average height of that step at 7 inches, so right there, you're close to 30 feet. So you do need to, make sure that there's room for that.
By the time you get off your ramp, you're in your neighbor's yard.
Correct. You don't want to do that, especially in this area.
Right.
So that may be the case that a vertical platform lift is needed. And that will enable someone in a wheelchair or walker, and there's not the room for a ramp, and a stair lift, an outdoor stair lift may not be the right situation as well, and so then we install a vertical platform lift.
So where are you located, and what geographical areas do you service?
So we're located in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. We service all of Rhode Island, southeastern Mass, go to the Cape, as well as north up to Boston, west to Worcester, and then we'll also be moving into the Connecticut area as well.
Okay. Pretty comprehensive. How can clients contact you? And then I'll ask Ray the same question.
So they can give our office a call. We're located at 401-293-0415. We also have a Center for Adaptive Living where clients can come in and really touch, feel, and demo. So we do residential elevators as well. So this will enable a client to come in and really look at the finishes and the furnishes that are available.
Test the product
beforehand. We have some of Ray's product in our center as well, but bedrooms and bathrooms and living rooms, so people can really see that a lot of these products are not institutional looking. They can actually fit in well with the look of your home, and that's important to a lot of different people.
We talked about free assessments, rentals you provide. I've run out of questions, I think, Linda. Showroom. Your showroom is at what address?
It's at 207 High Point Avenue, which is in Portsmouth, right in the Portsmouth Business Park. Easy access right off of 24.
So how do you and Ray, Next Monitoring, work together?
He may get a client that needs some grab bars or may need a stair lift. For us, we're walking into people's homes, and if a stair lift is needed, we're always making sure that there's a grounded outlet there. If there's not, we now can have a checklist that Ray has given us. We fill out these questions. We're able to provide that client right on the spot with a quote for his work. So this way, the client's not having to call so many different companies. With one-stop shop, I've got Ray that I can contact them if they need someone that may need some GPS monitoring or alert systems. We've done that to where it's a matter of just picking up the phone, getting Ray in. The client is like, they trust us and they know that I'm going to use referral partners that are going to work for us. I'm not going to bring in someone that's just a fly by the night. So Ray has done great work. And I use him for all of our electrical work we've used for quite a different stairlift companies, as well as the next monitoring.
I think this is fantastic because as the baby boomers age, they are more and more wanting to be in control of their situation than maybe generations before them. They're not going to stand for a nursing home in some situations where maybe a previous generation would. So they want to stay at home. And we're hearing that, and this just makes it happen. It makes it safe. The kids can feel better because they know that the technology is on their side, and they're keep mom and dad safe in the place that they want to be. So thanks for everything that you do.
Thank you.
And Ray, how can people get in touch with you?
So we're located in Swansea. We cover the areas that Linda covers throughout southeastern Mass, Rhode Island area, and branching out just the same. But you can reach us. We have a number like 508-676-3518.
One more time?
508-676-3518. And we'll also have our information here for you as well. People can reach us. You can Google Next Monitoring Alert Systems. Will come right up. That seems to be the popular thing. And then being able to offer choices to the elders, because I agree, people want more choices, they want more options, they want to know what's available, and having the right professional to be able to install that is a great feeling.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming in today. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.